Alright. Now this is just to solely address the people that think Brock Lesnar is the best fighter that the UFC has seen in however long. First off, Brock Lesnar's first match was against Min So Kim. Min So Kim has a losing record. He sucks. Lesnar beat him. Came into the UFC, lost against Mir because he made a dumbass mistake. I'll give him that. He probably would have beat Mir. Still, Mir is fucking coming back from his motorcycle accident and isn't in the top shape that he was before he was in his accident. Then he fought Heath Herring. He struggled with Heath Herring, let's face it. It went to decision. If Lesnar was truly dominant, he would have beat Heath Herring like fighters have in the past. On to Couture. Lesnar beat Couture, but Couture's definitely on the downside of his career, and that's all there is to it. And then he avenged his loss against Mir, which he should have beat Mir in the first place. He just made a retarded mistake. I'll give him those fights, but Lesnar hasn't fought anyone that has any sort of knockout power at all. Hasn't fought anyone with knockout power. He's gonna find that in Shane Carwin. Carwin might not be conditioned, and he might not be a lot of things, but he has knockout power. Lesnar hasn't knocked anyone out on his feet yet, and he's a big fucking guy. Lesnar should have completely knocked Heath Herring out with that punch that he hit Herring with, but he didn't. So Lesnar's stand-up game is fucking very weak. For all you people that think that this one-dimension fighting game is gonna fucking go on forever, Lesnar's not gonna be able to ground and pound everyone for fucking ever. People are gonna just train to work around his ground and pound, and if that's all you do is train to beat one thing, and when you're a one-dimensional fighter and a fighter can defend against your one-dimensional tactic, you're gonna fucking lose fights. He's gonna start losing fights soon. And Carwin, I keep reading on the internet, people keep saying he's a small guy. Carwin's 2 fucking pounds lighter than Lesnar is. 2 pounds. That's not all that much, you fucking WWE fans. But really, you guys need to start watching WWE again and leave real sports alone, because you guys have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. It's annoying. I hate you little cocksuckers, and I'm sure there's some older cocksuckers that think that Lesnar's the best just because you watched him beat people up in WWE. Well, this isn't WWE. Yes, he's proved himself a little bit, he's beaten a few people, but he's beaten people either on the downside of their career or people that he has completely outmatched. To say that the UFC has the best fighters in the world is fucking ridiculous, because Pride had the best fighters in the world, which Pride folded, and now UFC has most of Pride's fighters, but still, to show that an organization had mostly better fighters than another organization, the UFC, Pride was better than the UFC, so to say that the UFC has the best in the world is fucking idiotic, because I'm sure if you go other places in the world, there's plenty of better fighters out there than are in the UFC. Pretty much it'd be like taking the Eastern Division of the NFL and saying, these guys are the best, we're not going to play any other NFL teams because we have the best NFL teams, so we're just going to play our couple NFL teams against each other over and over again, and this is how we're going to determine who's the best, because we have the best. We're not going to bother playing any other division because we like what we have here. It's fucking idiotic. It should be open. Fucking fighters should be able to come in from all over the world, not have to sign their soul away, and they should be able to fight, because that's what the fans want to see. The fans want to see people fight. And for you people that say records don't matter, then quit bringing up Lesnar's shitty record over fucking people that aren't fucking pretty much good anymore. Maybe back in their prime, if Lesnar would have beat any of these fucking people, I would have given them some credit. But they're not in their prime anymore. That's just the simple fact of the matter. And I'm pretty sure somebody has beaten a few of those, well, at least one of those fighters back in their prime and actually beat them, and it didn't go to decision. I'm not saying who, though, since records don't count, and he only beat how many of the UFC champions? I think like 5 or 6. But we won't bring that up. So yeah, for all you dumb people that think records don't count, stop bringing up the records of the UFC fighters to say that the UFC has the best fighters in the world, because their UFC's records and their fucking rankings don't count, because, you can't fucking use it both ways. The UFC's rankings can't count, or else you'd count someone that has a 30-1 record as the best in the world, or they do count and he's the best in the world. I mean, you can't just say, oh, because Lesnar. I mean, it's fucking idiotic. You people need to pick one or the other. Either records count or they don't. I'm sick of the UFC fanboys saying records don't count, because they do. Notable people, I'm pretty sure that 30-1 guy fought plenty of notable people in their prime. Plenty. So yeah, UFC doesn't have the best fighters in the world, and it fucks itself over by saying that records don't, or rankings don't